Braden Montgomery's an outlier. Tommy White's an outlier. There's a few outlier players, but other than that, you don't have better players than the other team.
All right, what's up, everybody? TexAgs Rewind here on a Thursday. A lot of stuff that we got to. We talked spring football. We talked Aggie basketball. We talked Aggie baseball. There's a lot of things going on here right in the middle of spring. Into the show with Matt Browning and Sutton Turner on the Fan Show. That's all we do every Thursday, guys.
Come on.
Big weekend series against Auburn. You're going to be at Olsen Field this weekend?
Let's do it.
Let's
all
go.
3 games.
It's going to be beautiful weather, and it's going to be some really good baseball.
Yeah.
All right, here's the rewind on a Thursday. He was cutting some clips of the Elko press conference yesterday, and Nick brought up a really good point, how he starts some of these pressers by acknowledging the other sports on campus.
I thought that was pretty classy.
I think that's classy.
I got that clip if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. First of all, just good luck to Coach Holmes, our men's swimming and diving team going off to the NCAA championships this weekend. Good luck to Coach McKay as our women's equestrian team hosts the SEC here this weekend. So a lot of good things going on within Texas A&M athletics this spring. And obviously, if you see the success our baseball and softball teams are having right now, certainly setting the bar high for us and what we have to do this fall.
So that's Mike Elko, his opening statement in yesterday's press conference. And look, that may happen at a lot of schools across the country. It's not been happening here from the head football coach. And I'm not saying that's a necessity or that is a personality trait or a decision he has to make. But he went out of his way to acknowledge the success across multiple sports. And that might be a Mike Elko thing. It also might be a Trev Alberts thing. And we've heard a lot of things about Trev Alberts wanting a cohesive working unit as an athletic department, even amongst the coaches. So
I had the feeling that was a Mike Elko thing even before Trev Alberts was the coach, because he'd made some references before and he showed up at other sports. Mm-hmm. I just thought it was a real classic thing to say.
And I like that multiple baseball games.
And I like when he said, and it shows the standard. Basically, I'm paraphrasing that we have to live up to, because quite frankly, most sports this year have been pretty successful.
Yeah, that's a good observation. I haven't sat down here and thought about it, so I'm just
volleyball got into the NCAA tournament, went from having to change coaches to getting in the NCAA tournament.
I like Jamie Morrison. I think he's pretty sharp.
Men's basketball came tantalizingly close to getting to the Sweet 16.
Huge improvement for Joni Taylor.
And baseball and softball are going great.
Track seems
track is always good. Yeah.
The golf, tennis,
So almost everybody's having. Equestrian is they got some stud horses over there.
So you can look at Auburn unranked and 1-5, but that won't tell you nearly the story of this club. What do you like about what Coach Thompson's got going on in the Plains this year?
They can really pitch. They have 2 really good lefties in the bullpen. They have an experienced closer. Butch Thompson's always been one of the best coaches in our profession, especially managing a pitching staff. Even when he was an assistant at Mississippi State, he really knows the SEC as much as anybody in our league. And then offensively, they're very dynamic. They have one guy. They have I think he's a transfer leadoff hitter with 21 stolen bases. There's 3 or 4 guys in the lineup that can really bunt. Like, the bunt game for them is a very offensive weapon. It's not to give up outs. It's to get hits, and they're good at it. And then you have Irish and McMurray, who left-handed hitters that can leave the ballpark at any time. And then one of my favorite players in the whole conference, Bobby Pierce, his batting average isn't, I'm sure, where he wants to be right now, but they still have him in the 3-hole, or at least they did Tuesday night. And that means he's either swinging it well and having bad luck, or they continue to have a lot of confidence in him, as they should. So you can't assume anything in this conference. You look at what the sweeps, South Carolina and Vanderbilt, Georgia and Alabama. I mean, if you don't play well, you're going to lose. And I just truly believe that these games are so hard to win, but they're so easy to lose. So it's just, you've been around it. I mean, how would you explain it? It's just you have to play well. If you don't play well, you're going to lose, period. End of story. You don't have better – and that's the toughest thing for most people. Like Braden Montgomery's an outlier. Tommy White's an outlier. You know, there's a few outlier players. But other than that, you don't have better players than the other team.
What's the biggest noticeable difference between minor league games and, you played a ton of high-end Division I college baseball. Is the game still the same, or have you noticed some different nuances that have really caught your attention?
I think the way that the game is played is a little bit different. The way that kind of pitchers approach things are a bit different. It's a bit more of a free swinging game here. So had to kind of learn how to sequence a little bit different as a catcher and call pitches a little bit differently. I think the biggest thing that I miss about the college game is just the locker room and the boys. Like, you're with them all day, every day. I miss that fight to win every single night. I think with how monotonous the game of pro ball can get, if you lose a couple games on a Wednesday and a Thursday, it's like, oh, it's okay. We still got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to go. That's something that I kind of miss about it, is just the fight and the grind to win every single day.
Yeah, I'm going to let you keep trying to cut a promo for college baseball. And what you just said, Troy, is so true about you listen, and I played it and you played it, and the further you get away from it, the more people you talk to, nobody ever regrets playing college baseball. Would you say that's a true statement?
Yeah, 100%. There's no regret in it. And that's why, aside from, A&M being A&M and how special that place was, like, I say that my 5th year of college baseball I wouldn't take it back for anything, just because you get to play college baseball again. But, pro ball's good. It has its good things about it. You get to live your dream. I'm in the position right now that, 4-year-old Troy was dreaming to be in. And that's something that I don't take for granted. But, the college game is different, and it's a little bit more excitement behind it.
Speaking of shooting, I think whenever you look at the totality of the A&M basketball season, Logan, look, there's been a lot of kind of mixed emotions and mixed feelings on, was this a successful basketball season for Texas A&M? And so with that in mind, I'd like to get your thoughts on how it ended and what we saw over the course of those 4 months from Buzz Williams and his bunch.
I thought the season ended well, obviously. I wish it would still be going and we were still talking about games this coming weekend. But at the end of the day, they ran into the top team in the country. I think Houston's the best team in the country. And they played well. They fought. If you go back and look at that game, that was a 40-minute fist fight. And it was a physical game. I thought, even though Houston had 4 guys foul out, A&M had a couple guys foul out, even though there were fouls called, there were a lot of contacts that were not called. It was just a battle, and A&M did well. They did the best that they could. I wish Wade Taylor could have hit a couple more shots. I wish they would have hit more free throws. But at the end of the day, it's you look at them. They made the second round, which is an improvement from last season. 3 weeks ago, we would have said, "Yeah, give me a win in the tournament." All of a sudden, we're ecstatic about that, because 4 weeks ago, no one was thinking A&M was even tournament bound, and they turned it around like a Buzz Williams team usually does, and they made the most out of it. The season was a roller coaster, but heck, I'm ecstatic about how it actually ended, and them making the tournament and handling Nebraska the way they handled Nebraska, and playing Houston the way that they played Houston.
Like, comment,
subscribe, share, and click that notification bell so you never miss another TexAgs Rewind.
The drill. I'm back here tomorrow. David's back in the big chair on Monday. That's the Rewind.
Gig 'em.